I unearthed some deep shit the other day and I wanted to share. So I have been online dating and I love it. I love it because it shows me where I'm at, right? Emotionally, where I'm at, what I'm coming up against at any given moment. I love it. So I was connecting with this human on a video chat, first meeting. I was really excited about the encounter. I was really excited about the person. And I was just watching myself spin out into story. Rather than like feeling like I was present, like I was actually tapped into the connection, like I was actually available to get to know this person where they were at. On a surface level, the conversation was great, right? But on a deeper level, what was happening for me inside of me was really self-destructive. And so I want to out myself. So the stories I was creating all by myself were ones like, this person's not that into me. I'm not beautiful enough for this human. I have to like the unconscious messaging was like, I have to prove that I'm like interesting or worthy, or like, oh, I should share this about my life, which is, I don't normally interact with people from that place. And it doesn't come up very often for me. And so it's like, when it does come up, I get a little shocked by it because it's so old and I feel like I've done so much work, but it really snuck up on me. And like, I was nervous, I was anxious, I was already creating distance, like, oh, this person probably doesn't want a long-term relationship, isn't really interested in dating, more just using Tinder to like meet people, like, and just build friendships or get clients. I was like creating all these stories all by myself, and I wasn't asking any of those questions, right? Because the patterning is to like self-affirm the destructive messaging, right? Like, we look for confirmation of the story that we've already created in our heads rather than like actually fact checking that with reality or with other people. So I hung up and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, who was that version of me? I felt like I just was like asking myself the question, who was that version of me? And like, what's the story that they're telling themselves? And I was like, oh, unworthiness, 100%. Anxious attachment style, unworthiness. Like, this can never, like, this just can't be mine, right? Like, not even about that person, but like someone reflecting back to me like vibrancy and light and passion for life and the ability to create your reality and like living the way that you want to live and just allowing that to happen. And that like radiance and confidence and surrender that comes with that. And then also like, oh, this is the lifestyle I want to live. This human is actually reflecting back to me all the things that I'm already doing, right? Like, I already take care of my body. I'm already aware of my interactions. I'm like extremely self-aware of all this shit. When things come up in my path, like intuitively, I roll with them. Like yoga, meditation, eating healthy, eating vegan, no drinking, no recreational drug use. Like, all these things are things I'm already fucking doing. But when they're reflected back to me, in this situation, I'm like, oh, clearly I'm not worthy of that. But that's already what I'm bringing to the fucking table. That's like saying I'm not worthy of my own energy. Like, what? And I'm not saying, like, I'm not creating a story about this person. I may never talk to them again. I already got the medicine that I needed from the interaction. Like, I already feel incredible. I was just like, oh my gosh, I still don't believe that I'm deserving. And I don't believe that I'm deserving of the life that I'm already living, and then also of having partnership in that life. Like, I want to diminish my power by surrendering it to a partner who's living in a different way than me so that I just like shapeshift into their life. Like, I see myself doing that every fucking day, even just in online interactions. And I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, fuck that shit. What is that? I'm so over it. I'm so over all of this. So it was great because what it showed me was like, oh, I don't feel worthy of the life I'm already living and having partnership within that life, which is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And also, like, I have created a story that the future that I want will make it impossible for me to have partnership in that space. Like, clearly it will be impossible to find another human who will want to live the way that I'm living, or like in these places that I'm living, and like with flow. And I just was like, oh, this is such bullshit. So it was one of those moments where I was like, oh, I've created a self-destructive story and I'm just gonna blow that shit up. So it's been a beautiful week. I'm like so ready to dig into understanding a deeper level of myself. All right, here's your view. So grateful every day. All right, bye, loves.